Come with me if you want to live.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and this special video we have for you today, which is very unique and different from what we have made previously. And the reason for this is that this is kind of like what we would consider a co-creation between us and one of our subscribers, which is called Donnie Darko. He hit us up and he said, hey, you know what guys, I think you should try and do a video on this. I find it pretty cool. I have written an article about it. You're free to take some of the stuff, make your own twist about it as you want. So we said to Donnie, thank you very much. It looks very interesting and we will try to utilize some of your content but make our own twist of it. So that's why this video today is special, and it is, as we said, kind of like a co-creation between us and one of our subscribers, which we think is pretty cool. We may not have the most subscribers out there, but of course we definitely have the best. So we hope you enjoy this video and let's go into it. So the video today will be around Nio, and it will be around one of the most ingenious marketing campaigns we have ever seen so far. And we have not seen a lot of people emphasizing on this so far, and we think it's quite an interesting angle to the whole Nio story. So we will go in and we will check their website and we will show you something that will change the image of the company from purely being kind of like an automobile manufacturer into more of a lifestyle kind of company. So let's jump into Nio webpage and check it out. So when you enter Nio webpage, you're being greeted by this invitation for Nio Day on the 9th of January 2021. We are obviously not here for that, even though we are very excited about it. No, why we're here is Nio Life. So let's press into that. Basically, when you come in here, you see a picture of a family sitting in a living room enjoying life. And it's kind of like, it's obviously not something related to a car. So you're wondering, what the hell is this? And you start scrolling down and there comes this expression, life is food, music, exploration, life is being together, living well, learning, life is where you go, how you dress, the joy you feel, to shape a joyful lifestyle. As you scroll further down, you will start to see Nio x Tom Dixon on a product here. You scroll a bit further down, a global community of designers, which we'll come back to in a little bit. You will start seeing Nio products, which is co-collaborated with a lot of different companies. You see here stuff for the house. You see a bottle, you see bags, you see a jacket down here. You come down, Nio x Benjamin x wallpaper. And Nio has, in a lifestyle magazine, done a wallpaper, and they have jointly launched Nio Pal, which is a smart scooter concept designed to tackle the problem of the last mile. So that's pretty interesting if that will come out in the future. Obviously, again, it's not a car, it's a different thing. You go down here and you see Nio has done a collaboration with Double Happiness for collected clothing brands. You go further down, you see Food Lab by Nio Life for a taste of joy with reassurance. Food Lab established strategic cooperation with the world's leading quality inspection authority to build together the ISO 9001 quality management system and BRC food safety management system. And then you're greeted in the Food Lab, where you see a lot of nice stuff and principles for the food development that they are working on. You see nice pictures of the food here, and we will go into more details why this is interesting in just a little bit. So Nio Life was established around 2 years ago, and so far they have created 8 different categories of products. As you saw, it was apparel, you have bags and luggages, you had home stuff, you have food, you have the technology product, you have car life, as they call it, and etc. And what is quite interesting with all these, what is that they have in common? Well, all the items are associated with one of the most important Chinese value of all, which is prosperity. These products signify one ascendance into the middle class bourgeois, the wine, the cheese, the fine meats, handbags, nice clothing. Chinese culture is immersed in the value of success. The whole economy is driven by the idea of achieving prosperity. It's central to every family occasion. It's drilled into the children growing up in the school system, where high grades are expected so they can attend university. I remember when I went to university and there was a Chinese exchange student, and the person got, I think it was the second highest grade in our education system, but that was a failure and the person was basically crying, and we kind of like didn't understand why. So it's really a key thing in Chinese culture, and even the Chinese expression for New Year is hope you become prosperous. what we understand is that the users like Nio Life products mainly because of the design taste, the quality standards, and the emotional connection they get to the brand. And Nio Life has so far more than 500 designers worldwide from around 30 to 40 different countries. They have partnered with some of the world's top fashion schools and industrial design schools to find promising designs from students. And among some of the collaborators are pioneering designer Hussein Jaleng, I'm not sure if it says correct, who has won the British Designer Award of the Year 2 years in a row. And as we just saw before, Benjamin Huber, a multiple Red Dot Award winner. We obviously don't know what it is, but it sounds really good. and Nio Life head and senior director Li Ju stressed that making life more beautiful is exactly what Nio Life promotes. And so far they have sold millions of products in the last year. So what we are thinking is Nio Life is maybe being overlooked by some investors. Maybe they're not factoring in that this is not just about the cars, it's about the brand, it's about the lifestyle. And what we think is that this somehow will have a knockoff effect of something like this, which is highlighted in new car sales numbers. During 2020 and during the epidemic, 69% of new car orders reportedly, not confirmed, reportedly came from referrals from previous owners, and that number has reached about 40% since the epidemic started to, in China at least, go down. So it's quite interesting to see that if you can get people in, you can sell them not just a car but a whole lifestyle, and they then transmit that to people that they know. Well, those people would maybe want that as well, which will basically mean that Nio will sell not just cars but also products. No doubt that cars are the most important feature in the end of the day, but it's quite interesting combination that they may be able to expand that to other kinds of areas. And Nio is really good at using Nio Life as a marketing tool when they are at an event. There was in 2020 a Beijing Auto Show where the Nio Life booth was a unique feature of Nio's overall booth. And Nio Life there unveiled a series of new products, and this was the ones we just saw before, which was done with Shanghai Double Happiness, to further illustrate Nio's unique understanding and innovation in creating a lifestyle of pleasure. Nio obviously also brings in the executives in this marketing when they're wearing trendy items created by Nio Life on different occasions. So the chairman and CEO William Li Bing wore jeans and a pair of sneakers at the Beijing Auto Show press conference, which was called I Am Champion. So quite interesting as well. So ultimately they're trying to sell this kind of lifestyle where the car is the centerpiece, but they are also creating things surrounding the car. And this is also the case if you visit a Nio store. They want to take you into the coolest, most stylish house on the block. There's a special lounge where you can sit down on beanies. There's a long table island by kitchen where you can try a few snacks. There's a large playroom for kids, a library if you want to catch up on reading, a party room where they host different events, a home cinema where the customers can lie back and watch video promotions. So the store almost feels like an extension of the car itself, like what the home of a Nio owner should look like. And what we also found out is that new owners of Nio actually host their own Nio parties. And this is basically an occasion where the customer, its families, and other Nio owners basically come together to a functioning room to celebrate the purchase of what is their first luxury car. And the event is almost kind of like a birthday party, or Nio is right there next to you. Personally, we think it's a really cool original idea for a car company, and try to think about it. Buying your first luxury car, especially in a country like China, as we talked about earlier, is a key milestone in adulthood. It essentially means that you've done well in life and that all your hard work has finally paid off. And when it comes to purchasing a new car, 80% of people's decision making is irrational. It's not just about the range, acceleration, and the comfort of the chair. When you buy a car, you're making a statement about who you are as a person and what your values are. So the food, the parties, the restaurant, the functioning room, this is not something you will find in any other dealership or any other company for that matter, as far as we know. And that's why Nio have created something very special and original with this kind of branding. And what we understand is that this is perfectly suited to the Chinese culture. So as we said, we haven't seen any other company doing something like that. What we feel a bit is that Tesla is kind of trying to do something similar, although Tesla is still a little bit different in their approach to it. It's not as, how can we say, it's not as elaborate as what we are seeing from NIO right now. And if we take it in China, we haven't seen it from XPeng, we haven't seen it from Li Auto, we haven't seen it from BYD. So again, NIO is trying to stand out and represent them differently among the crowd. And by standing itself out from the rest of the other EV companies, NIO has kind of like forged their own niche in the EV market. And NIO will probably get kind of like a customer base similar to Tesla, which is very dedicated and which also symbolizes something that they should aspire towards in the Chinese modern life. These are aspirations I would imagine the average Chinese person is craving for from the high-rise apartment. A NIO car sitting by your front door trying to send a powerful statement to your neighbors and friends that family and business is good. So we know this video is quite different from what we have done so far, but we thought it would be really cool to try, not just from the perspective that they think Nio Life is cool, but we also thought that the co-collaboration kind of thing was a cool thing to do. We really hope you enjoyed the video, at least it was fun to make for us. And in the end of the day, what we really think is that, you know, if you can get a crowd behind the brand, like you see with a company like Tesla, where people are so dedicated, well, that means that you will increase your sales. And that's what we think NIO is trying to do with all this. It is basically to create this brand connection, which is more than just buying a car. Basically, you're in a relationship with the company. And you know, if you are that, you're more likely to buy stuff from that company. And that's why we think it's so cool. And we think that NIO will be successful with this, at least in China. So this was all we had for today. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for future content. Please give us a like. It really helps with the algorithm. And obviously provide a comment in the comment section. We really want to hear your opinion about that. Do you think this is cool? Do you think it's lame? What is your feeling towards what NIO is trying to do? Please keep in mind that we are not professional financial advisors and this is only done for entertainment purpose. Otherwise, there's not much more to say than have a nice day, stay safe, hasta la vista, baby.